All right, coaches, welcome to the last, system-orientated one, with being two of them, or style-orientated ones. The offense last week, the D-trans tonight, and then obviously fight over the skill stuff with Joe. Tonight's going to be fairly different. There's four coaches here that have seen this stuff before, and it is fairly different, but it's going to be suiting our style of play, which we spoke about last Friday in terms of the non-stop, no rest, relentless, and then maximising our skill set, minimising our size. So historically, D-trans, shots going up, there's a whole heap of decisions to make. Some get back, some go forwards. Who's doing what, we don't know. We're trying to eradicate some of that decision making, but also get everybody being assertive and relentless from the start. So once that shot goes up, there's no mental blanks. Shot goes up, we then tag up. Why? The why behind us wanting to do this, it suits our styles we spoke about. There is less grey area, so it allows for greater accountability. It's not, oh, I thought I was above the foul line, so I was getting back, or I thought it was open, so I was crushed. It's like, no, that's the person who's defending you. You didn't tag up, they got a layup. Again, all this stuff will make sense as we build onto it. Where's the opponents down? All right, so then they're having to box out every single time, and they're literally playing from baseline to baseline, and under full court pressure the entire game. It's not get over halfway, then we'll find them. So again, it wears them down. Generates opportunities, and I stress the emphasis of opportunities for offensive rebounds and steals. They're byproducts of it. We're not tagging up to get offensive rebounds, not tagging up to get steals. They become a byproduct. They're opportunities that present themselves. And then one or two things will happen. We will either secure the offensive rebound as a byproduct of it, or we're mashed up straight away and we're pushing them up the floor, applying early ball pressure. So they're the one or two things will happen. How we get there? All right, first is we can't turn it over. Doesn't matter what D-trans system you have, if you turn it over, your D-trans is going to suck. All right, so you can't turn it over. Second thing is your immediate matchup is the player who is defending you. So if I'm on this in this guard spot, and in my prescribed matchup might be in the other corner, doesn't matter. Whoever's defending me on the rise of the shot, that's your matchup in transition. By all means, switch back in the half court. We get high side and central and try to scrum them up the floor. So what that means, and again, we'll go through this, the shot goes up, we're high side between them and their basket, and we're central of them. So if they do get it, we're channeling to the sideline. We're not letting them go middle. So again, high side and central, and we'll explain the scrumming stuff a bit later. Then finally, once possession is obtained, we're in our general D-trans positioning. So as we've all done before with the dog, the plug, the design kick heads, etc., that all comes into play after that. A few of the toughest elements with this, and we'll touch on them briefly tonight, but they're going to be things we have to work together on throughout the season. One's leak outs, so essentially when someone defends the shot and then just runs down the floor, before I've had a chance to land in my shot, they've already gone. The other one's baseline spill, so if we're in transition, I go for a layup and I break through the baseline and my guy's taken off. Again, that's tough. And the third one's zones, but for half of us that won't matter because 12s and 14s are allowed to play zones. Unless you know how to break the rules, right, Scotty? Work your way around it. All right, these athletes haven't done it. There's one that's been exposed to it, and that's deliberate. So we've got 14s all the way through to 18s, boys and girls. That's to try to give you guys a feeling of how they can pick up on it and how it may suit your group as well. So we'll work through it with these athletes as we go tonight, so almost all of them are learning at the same pace you guys are. Tonight is about the transition. It's not about the half court. Jared asked before what we're doing in the half court. We're not touching on that tonight. That's almost going to be a whole nother clinic. So we're not touching that tonight. It is about the transition, and then again, it's not about the rotations. It's not about if they get beat, who's going where. It's not about. It's just about the transition from once we shoot it to then once we are in the half court. There will be an element tonight where we go up and backs. There will be clearly half court defense comes into play, but we're not coaching that. All right. First things first, we'll go through our D-trans positioning. Once everything else is taken care of. So once the other team does get the ball, our floor spots. So we're going to build that up to start with, so then when we get to our tagging up later, we get a better understanding of our positioning on the floor. Boys, can we grab you up this end, please?